Right now, what we're seeing is the beginning of a famine that will actually get worse in the tribulation. We're going to see some of it. I don't believe that there's necessarily going to be people widespread dying in America of starvation. We're going to see dramatically higher prices, and we're going to see dramatically reduced supplies. And it has to, and we'll get into that more. Let me read this. This is from Revelation 6. Now, Revelation 6 is the beginning of the tribulation. It's the seal judgments come first.
Okay.
Revelation 6. When he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come and see." Another horse, fiery red, went out, and it was granted to the one who sat on it to take peace from the earth, and that people should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword. So now the first seal is the Antichrist, the rider on the white horse. The second seal is rider on a red horse, and peace is taken from the earth, and people kill each other. When you think people are killing each other right now,
exactly.
Nothing compared to that.
Goodness.
Then it says, when he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures say, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. And do not harm the oil and the wine." When he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature saying, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him, and power was given to them over a fourth of the earth to kill with the sword, with hunger, with death, and by the beasts of the earth. Well, the first thing you notice here is war comes. This rider on the red horse comes, takes peace from the earth. The next thing that happens is famine. So in Russia, we're seeing a war right now between Russia and the Ukraine, and the result is famine. Now, the Israelis just buried 30,000 tons of produce because they can't sell it to Russia. Russia was their market.
Goodness, wow.
And now, because of the sanctions on Russia, they can't export it. They're having to bury it in the ground. And so this is the Palestinians, the Syrians, many people, Lebanese in the Middle East, buy their grain from the Ukraine. So now they're rationing grain and goods in a lot of the Middle East there. So this is having a ripple effect. But as the Ukraine and Russia export a third of the world's grain. So Russia's under sanctions. The Ukraine obviously they can't plant. They're at war, or very few of them can plant. And so this begins now, but it's going to have a ripple effect. Now the third thing here, it says, the seal number 3 is the rider on the black horse. It's going to take a day's wage to buy enough food for one day. So this is an average worker, however much an average worker makes in a day. Let's just say it's $100. And so it's going to take a tremendous amount of money to feed yourself and your family. And then seal number 4 is mass starvation. So it says that there was a fourth of mankind died, but hunger was one of the ways they died. Now, a fourth of mankind, there are 8 billion people in the world right now. If you took 1 billion out because of the rapture, and that's probably reasonable, you end up with 7 billion. And so a fourth of mankind is 1.7 billion. So let's just say that all 4 of the reasons, there are 4 reasons listed of why people are going to die. Hunger was one of them. If hunger kills a fourth of the fourth, that's 421 million people who will die of hunger in the first half of the tribulation.
Wow.
That's in addition to the wars and all the other judgments that are going to happen. So this is what you call a massive famine that is going to be killing people. Well, it's starting now, and it's going to continue.